If you want to play the great Roy Hargrove tune, Strasbourg Saint Denis, this video is for you. Welcome back to another video where I take a song, break it down, get rid of all the complicated stuff, and give you the simplest, most concise way to play through it. If you're new here, my name is Dave Pollack, and my goal is to help you on your musical journey, whether that's saxophone playing, jazz improvisation, song learning, or anything else. I know what it's like to look for answers, and there's so many options available out there. Everything is so confusing and overwhelming. My goal here is to simplify things down to make them easily digestible, easily put into practice for you so you can actually have fun playing music. Today, like I just said, I'm going to be diving into Strasbourg Saint Denis. It's a great song. A lot of people like to play it by Roy Hargrove, and I'm going to teach you how to actually do that today. I created a worksheet for you that goes along with this video. It's going to contain the melody to this song. It's going to have the chord tones. It's going to have some ideas that I like to use when soloing over them, and you can get it completely free. The only thing you need to do is either click the link in the description down below or just go to davepollack.com/Strasbourg. Now, without any further ado, I'm going to jump inside the worksheet. All right, as you can see, I'm here inside of the Strasbourg Saint Denis worksheet. This is the C instruments sheet, but I did give you options for E flat or B flat instruments as well. So make sure you just download the proper worksheets for your instrument. So there's a few things on here. There's 3 pages. So I'm going to overview, talk through all of them first, then I'll go back and start breaking it down. So the first page here, you're going to see it says original, and then in parentheses, 16th notes. I'll talk about that in a second. Then you scroll all the way down, it says optional 8th notes. Talk about that in a second. Then solo section 16th notes, solo section 8th notes. Then we have 2 scales and some chord tones. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is listening. I say this in every single one of these videos in the series, and I tell it to every one of my students, and I tell it to everybody I know. The most important thing you can do when playing this music is listen to it. Listen to the original recording. Listen to other versions of Roy playing it. Listen to other people that aren't Roy playing it, just so you get a sense of the song itself. It does you no good to just read these dots and lines on a page without any reference. I always say reference audios or reference recordings. So most importantly, make sure you listen to this song and listen to Roy playing it. I didn't put in any articulations on this worksheet specifically because I want you to listen. There's a very specific way they articulate this melody, specifically in the A section versus the B section, and I want you to do the homework to figure that out. So I'm not even going to tell you what to do. You heard me do it, and you're going to hear him do it. So try to listen, internalize that articulation before you go into this so you already have a good foundation. That's all I'm going to say about that. When playing this song, I wrote it in 2 different ways, the melody, because you can kind of read it and think about it in 2 different ways to help you out, especially if you're more on the beginner side and these 16th notes are kind of scary. If you look at this right here, all these 16th rest, a 16th note by itself, this, but then you look here like, oh, this looks so much, quote, easier to read maybe. Yes, that is true. What's happening here is this is what's actually going on in the melody. 1 and a 2 E and a 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4. So that's where it's actually going to be. So the quarter note's actually pretty slow. But just for reading purposes, and I know there's going to be some people going, this isn't the right way. You shouldn't do it like that. Those people are also the reason why you're probably confused and overwhelmed. You go to ask online, you go to some forum, God forbid, and you say, oh, can I do this? And they say, no, that's not the right way. Forget those people. Tell them to shut up. It's totally fine. If this helps you play it right, that's all I care about. I want you to learn the tune, play it right, internalize it, and then you won't even need the music. But here it's the same thing, but you're going to have to count double speed. Instead of 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and 4, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now, the reason why we write the 16th notes is because you want to feel that it's got this nice slow backbeat. If you think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it might give this anxiety. It's like when they write cut time versus 4/4, things like that, or two feel or something. Just understand that if you're going to play it in eighth notes like this, you have to play it double speed. And then I did the same thing for the chords. Because here, the 16th notes, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. If you're going to play it thinking eighth notes, it's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, just so you know. So that just gets the melody, the way I wrote it there, out of the way. Now let's talk about actually playing the melody. This can be a little tricky melody, especially if you're on alto and you're starting on the high F, right? It's going to be up there. If you want to just start lower on middle F, and then at the end of the melody, you have to jump up a bit. That's totally fine. But you got to think about, once again, listen, right? It's the same phrase 3 times, right? This minor pentatonic here. And then this rhythm here in the first ending and the beginning of the second ending. Some people play 3 and 4 and 2 and some people, I think the way I transcribed it here from Roy playing it is 3 and 4 and small difference, but just understand that those exist. Now here in the B section, a little bit later at the end, you're going to hear me play all the way through this with the melody, and I play the counter line. So there's a trumpet and an alto playing, the original. So you hear like a call and response. So I play both of those, but I just put the one line in here because you're one person. You're going to play the one line. If you want to play the counter line, you want to learn that, that's totally fine. It's basically the same thing-ish, just kind of going back and forth. So now we have it's just the same thing over and over and over again here. A lot of this kind of concert A flat type stuff. That's kind of really it for the melody. It's a lot of repetition. Okay. The most important thing, once again, listen to the feel, listen to the articulation, the groove. But after that, note-wise, yes, it might be a little scary if you're playing alto and it goes to the high F. But besides that, it's really repetitive. So once you learn a couple of the phrases, you're going to have the melody down. Once you have the melody down, you listen to it, you feel good, you want to now attack improvisation. So what should we do? Focus on 2 5-1s and chord tones? No. Pause. That's what a lot of people are going to tell you online. Transcribe some solos? No. That's what a lot of people are going to tell you. I have a simpler way to dip your feet into this. There's a systematic way, step by step, that will save you a ton of time in the long term. Let's get into that now. So if you look down here on page 3, I'm looking at the 16th note version of the solo section, kind of the original way. I didn't put the chord changes up by the melody. I didn't want to confuse things. There's a lot going on there. So I just want to put them clearly here. So what we have is we have B flat minor up to C minor. Remember, this is concert pitch, up to D flat major. Then repeat it. B flat minor up to C minor up to D flat major. Okay. Then repeat it again. B flat minor up to C minor up to D flat major. Then we have E flat 7, then A flat, then F7 flat 9. Oh my God, that's so crazy. We'll get to the chords in a second, but I want you to look down past that. Don't think about how crazy that is. Look right down here to this line. So I wrote 2 scales. They're both using the same notes. The F minor is just 5 of the 7 notes of the A flat major scale. This song, a lot of it is kind of in A flat major, even though it goes to this D flat major, we have B flat minor. The notes of A flat major scale, and then because of that, the notes of F minor scale F minor pentatonic scale, I should say, work all the way throughout. Now, does every single note of this work perfectly over every single chord here, holding them out? No. But if you take the tonality of A flat major, and then you pull out of that the F minor pentatonic scale, you get something that works incredibly well over the song, and you only have to think about 5 notes, maybe 7 notes. That's it. You don't have to worry about the B flat minor. You don't have to worry about the C minor, the D flat, the this, the sharp, the blah, blah. Just play concert F minor pentatonic scale or concert A flat major scale, as long as you play it with good non-note musical elements. So we have rhythms, motifs, articulations, dynamics, phrasing. If you do that and use these notes, it will sound good. Don't believe me? Check this out. Could you hear that? I only used the notes of A flat major scale, and then I featured also the F minor pentatonic scale all the way throughout. I didn't add a single other note. I think it worked pretty well. Sure, I know some measures where a specific note might not work as good, but that's the fun of improvisation is you try certain things and, ooh, that's a little crunchy, but I like it. Or, ooh, that's a little crunchy with too much tension. I don't like it. Okay, that's how you learn. I'm not just going to say every measure you have to play this note or this note or this note. Then it's not improvisation anymore. Take this simple harmonic idea, just a minor pentatonic scale, which is part of the A flat major scale. Use good rhythms, articulations, all the other non-note musical elements, and it will work great for you. If you like breakdowns like this video where I go through the tune, teach you how to play it, give you some ideas, you're going to love my Saxophone Success community. Every single month inside the Saxophone Success community, I break down songs like this, but I go way further. I give you lead sheets. I give you worksheets like this. I give you backing tracks. I give you reference audios. I go through everything with the song. I teach you how to play the melody. I teach you how to solo through the chord changes. I give you different ideas to solo through the chord changes. And then I give you my own recordings of playing over backing tracks. I do trading versions with you so you can play along with me. And then you can work on it and then post your recordings in the community for me and the other members to give you personalized feedback. That's only one small part of SSC, but it absolutely relates to this video, so I just wanted to make you aware of it. Also in the community, we have monthly masterclasses where I take a specific topic that is exclusive to SSC, not anywhere here on YouTube or anywhere else, and I teach you every single month. We also have a monthly challenge, we have a monthly Q&A, and the most important part about the Saxophone Success community is the community itself. It's where all of you can interact with each other and me in a lively community. We can ask questions to one another. We could post our recordings for feedback. We can just post funny things we found online related to music and so much more. I highly recommend you try it out because yes, I'm going to say it's great. And you might have questions about like, well, what does it actually look like? I'm giving you a 30-day free trial. No, this isn't you pay up front and you get money back. This is a free trial. So you get 30 days completely free. You can do everything inside of it. It's not a stripped down, watered down version. You can check out all the master classes, all the songs of the month, download the PDFs, download the audio files, post your recordings, jump in the master class, all this stuff. And within 30 days, if you feel like it's not for you, just send me a message and say, hey, I don't think it's for me. No harm, no foul, no risk to you. DavePollack.com/SSC. That's going to have all the information for you and the link to join. See you in the community. Now, I do want to get into the chord tones. So yes, up here are the chord tones in order, but because they're so repetitive, I wrote them here at the bottom. So here are each of the chords you're going to come across. B flat minor 7, C minor 7, D flat major 7, E flat 7, A flat major 7, and F7 flat 9. We're not worried about the function of these chords yet. We'll get to that in a bit. I don't want you to get crazy with, well, how should I analyze a B flat minor up to C minor? What is that? What is that? A C minor up to D flat? Don't worry about it right now. All I want you to focus on is look at the chord tones of each chord. We have certain chord tones here, certain chord tones here, certain ones here. If you can follow along with the chords and move your notes while the chords are moving, you're going to really nail the harmony. Now, like I said just a second ago, you can just use the tonality of A flat major or F minor pentatonic all the way throughout. That works fine. You can also play the chord tones though, because that's literally the harmony, like what the piano player is playing or guitar, whatever you're playing with. That's literally what's happening. So obviously in the perfect world, we combine the two. We maybe use some elements of the scale here and then use chord tone elements, which we'll get to in a minute when we combine it. But in practice order, I think it's important to do the overall scale first, then do the chord tones. So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate again, but I'm only going to play chord tones over each chord. So I'm only worried about playing basically vertically. So in the B flat minor measure, only playing notes of B flat minor 7, then only C minor, then only D flat. That you might hear me kind of sound a little too vertical where it's like not as connected. That's because if you're strict with this and you're only focused on chord tones, especially on a song like this where they're not like 2-5-1s or 1-6-2-5s, these are like different tonalities sometimes, it can get a little kind of choppy, but that's okay in practice, right? Practicing, it's okay sometimes to pull the music out of it and say, I'm going to highlight this. And then when you go back to actually playing, you can make it actually sound musical, which we'll get to in a second. So now what I'm going to do is demonstrate a solo only playing chord tones. Check it out. Pretty interesting, huh? So the difference between just playing the A flat major scale, F minor pentatonic, and the chord tones, as you hear, you're not going to have that linear sound because of the nature of literal chord tones being skips, 1, 3, 5, 7. You're not going to get as much of that linear stepwise motion. Now, you might be saying, well, what if I try to maybe play some chord tones, but then connect it together with the A flat major scale? Yes, that's a great idea. I'm not going to demonstrate that right now because there's a million ways you can do that. I want you to try that on your own. But yes, once you can handle just the A flat major tonality and then all the chord tones, now you can start combining them. Maybe you say to yourself, okay, at first I'll play like 2 bars of chord tones, then 2 bars of the scale, or vice versa, or 1 bar, or 4 and 4, whatever you want to do. And then you can start mixing it up more and more. It depends on how comfortable you are with this. Before I play you my entire solo over the song, you heard a little clip from it at the very beginning, but before I play you the entire thing, I'm going to show you that there are 2 hidden 2-5-1s in this song. The reason why I bring these up is there's not a lot of normal harmonic motion in the song. There's not a lot of like 1, 6, 2, 5, or any 2-5-1s clearly written here. The reason why we practice 2-5-1s is because it's a common chord progression that you can apply to a million different songs. If you know what a major 2-5-1 is in this song, and you identify a major 2-5-1 here, you can absolutely say, I know how to play through that, so it's not new to you anymore because you've already worked on that set of chord changes, even if it's in a different key. So finding those spots out in different songs is very helpful, especially on a song like this that has really one overall kind of tonality. It has these chords that are not really, they're not 2-5s, not this. So if we can find a spot to add some of the harmonic stuff we've practiced, like 2-5-1s. And by the way, I've done a whole 2-5-1 series here, minor and major. Check it out in the improv playlist in the description below. I'm not going to go into how to play a 2-5-1 here. I'm just going to show you how to identify one and how to find it here. And then you can apply all those skills on your own. So I want to go back and look at the chords here. So I want you to look through here. Where can we think of a 2-5-1 or at least maybe a 5-1? Okay, we have a major chord before it is C minor. Same thing here. Interesting. Right here, we have 5-1. We have E flat 7 going to A flat major. There's a 5-1. That's a literal 5-1 in A flat major. Now, I always say that if you have a 5-1, you can always kind of superimpose the 2 right before the 5 to give it some motion, even if the band or the track or whatever isn't playing the 2. So in this case, the 2 would be, what's the 2 of A flat? That would be B flat minor 7. Is there a B flat minor 7 right before the E flat? No. But what are the chord tones of D flat major 7? Let's look down here. D flat major 7, the notes are D flat, F, A flat, and C. We said the 2 of A flat major is B flat minor. Look at the chord tones of B flat minor. We have B flat, D flat, F, A flat. D flat, F, A flat. B flat minor 7 and D flat major 7 share 3 of the same notes, but they actually share 4 because the 7th of D flat major is C, and the 9th of B flat minor 7, which I didn't write, is also C. So literally, this D flat major, if you just think of it as B flat minor, which it basically is, you're just going to add one note to B flat, you could literally make this a 2-5-1 in A flat major. Just play this as a B flat minor and it works perfectly well. There you go. There's a nice short 2-5-1 to A flat major. But I told you there were 2 2-5-1s hidden in the song. Do you know where the second one is? It's in the last measure. So this is a minor 2-5-1. If you notice, we have a 5 here, going back to a minor 1 of B flat minor. F7 going to B flat minor. Now, just like I said here, when you can think of the 2 before, there are no other chords in this measure. So in this measure, you can really treat it as, I'm going to get rid of this, 2 beats of the 2 chord and then 2 beats of the 5 chord. So the 2 chord here, you would have to say, okay, what's the 2 of a B flat minor 2-5-1? The answer would be a C minor 7 flat 5, also called C half diminished 7. Remember, if you don't know how to construct 2-5-1s, or this is very confusing, you're like, I've heard of a 2-5, whatever, go into the improvisation playlist, free on YouTube here in the description down below. I have a whole series of what is a 2-5-1 with worksheets and stuff. How do you play them? Sample lines, alterations, substitutions. I go through a whole bunch of videos, a whole bunch of things in depth with 2-5-1s, major and minor. Go check it out in the playlist. It goes way more in depth than I can go into in this video. Talking about this song, there are your 2 hidden 2-5-1s. We have a major 2-5-1 to A flat here, and then a minor 2-5-1 back to B flat here. To practice this, what I'm going to do is focus on only playing a 2-5-1 lick to A flat, and then a minor 2-5-1 lick leading back here. Remember, go to those other videos. I know I said it twice already, but to know what to play. Don't comment on this. Well, I don't even know what a 2-5-1 is. I'm going to say, hey, in the video, I said, go check out the playlist. It tells you all the details. Please do that. So the first time I go through the chorus, I'm actually going to rest bars 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to play a 2-5-1 to A flat, just so you can really hear when it happens. And then after that, I'm going to play like just solo, but I'm only going to be playing this A flat major or F minor all the way through until we get to the 2-5-1s. So first time through, I'm going to rest until the 2-5-1s. Then second time through and beyond, I'm just going to play A flat major. When I get to the 2-5s, I'm going to try to play them very clearly. So it might not be the craziest 2-5-1 you've ever heard, but hopefully it makes sense to you. Check it out. Isn't that cool? You can kind of create more harmony throughout the song in a systematic way now. We're going from just playing in one tonality, playing chord tones, maybe combining them together, now adding these 2-5s in there that you may or may not have known existed. And this is how you can really build a wonderful solo, and you can have so many ideas now to play over this. It's not that you have to do this or have to do this. It's just that you now have more tools in your tool bag to be able to improvise over this song and make a great solo. Now, the final thing, I'm going to put everything together. I'm just going to play the tune for you. I'm going to play the melody. I'm going to play the counter line as well. I'm just going to improvise. I'm going to be using, you're going to hear F minor pentatonic, A flat major. I'm going to be playing chord tones. I'm going to be hitting those 2-5s, and I'm going to be doing even some other stuff, maybe some alterations, some substitutions here, some more advanced ideas. But the concepts that I taught you in this video will get you playing great solos over this song. And you, as long as you do it in a step-by-step manner, like I talked about, you're going to be well on your way to playing great solos over Strasbourg Saint Denis. Check it out and enjoy. And there you have it. That's how to play Strasbourg Saint Denis. If you didn't know this song before this video, I hope this gets you excited to play this song and you dive into it. And if you already knew it, maybe this video gave you some new ideas that you can use to improvise over the song. Don't forget to download the worksheet that goes along with this so you can have it for yourself, completely free, davepollack.com/Strasbourg. Also, don't forget to check out the Saxophone Success community. I love that community so much, and I hope to see you in there. Get your 30-day free trial and see what it's all about. davepollack.com/SSC. Thank you so much for your support and time as always, and I'll see you in the next video.